Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to be discussing mastering the art of communication and listening. Now, as human beings, you know as well as I do that we all like and feel the need to be heard a lot of times. So it's no different when you're in a position of authority or you're a supervisor, manager, director, whatever the case is. You should know and understand that more times than not, your team or certain people on your team, let's just say your team, needs to be heard. There could be situations where they feel like there's information that you need to know. Maybe they don't like the direction that it's going and want to express that concern to you. Maybe they have some ideas that can help better the situation. Whatever the case is, mastering the art of communication and listening can help you be a leader and take you to another level of leadership that the rest of the leaders scratch their head and wonder how you got to be so good at being a leader. And one of the best ways at being a great leader is being able to communicate effectively and listen very well. So without further ado, we're going to go right into the topic. So I want to break down 3, maybe 4 ideas, thoughts that can help you be a more effective leader in the aspect of communication and listening. Because we want our teams, our organization, to know and understand that when they talk to us, that we hear them and we understand them. We may not disagree, we may not agree, but at least they know that we heard them and we understood. So the first idea is listen to understand and not just to respond. And I'm hoping that makes sense to you. Listen to them to really understand what's being said. A lot of times we'll hear bits and pieces of what someone's saying. It's just like we scan with our ears when someone's talking to us. We'll pick up certain parts. And a lot of times that's not good because we don't get the whole context, and we wind up missing the point of the person that's trying to make it. And so we really need to listen to understand what's being said and not listen just to respond, because a lot of times you'll hear managers or some people will talk to their managers or supervisors and they'll put their point across, and like I said, the manager or supervisor will scan with their ears, pick up certain things and make a response, and then you sit back like, what? That's nowhere near what I was talking about. Where did he get that from? Where did she get that from? And that's because they're not listening to understand. Okay, so listen to understand. Really take time out to hear what is being said or what is being implied to you. The second thing is focus on what's being said. Hell, even what isn't. In other words, read between the lines if you can. Again, focus. Take time out to hear what they're saying. Make sure you hear what they're saying. And then see what they're not saying. Because a lot of times, it's a fact that 92% of our language is not verbal, it's body. So even though someone's verbally telling you something, their body language could be giving you something different. So if it's conflicting or even if it aligns with what they're saying, pay attention to both, because when they're finished talking, you may be confused. So you may want to get some clarity. So focus on what's being said and even what isn't. Try to read between the lines to see what's being said. And how you follow up on that is my third point. And that is repeat back to the person what they said. Doesn't necessarily have to be verbatim, but I'm going to give you 2 examples. Like, for instance, example number 1. So what I just heard you say was ... or blah, 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 blah. That's example number 1. Number 2, ultimately, what you're saying is blah, 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 blah. Now, this gives the person time to hear you and come back to verify or validate that you guys are on the same wavelength, or if you're not. And if not, This is good to do because it helps promote clarity. You want to be certain what they're saying before you give a response. So practice those two examples when you're talking to someone. And then finally, the fourth one, which I think kind of wraps up with 1 and 2, is listen with intent. In other words, when someone comes to you and they want to express a concern or a need to you, put everything that you have or that you're working on, put it aside. If you're working on your laptop, close your laptop. If you're writing something, slide it to the side and really focus and hone in on what they're saying and really pay attention to every word that comes out of their mouth. And that right there, and then following up with the questions, so what I'm hearing you say is, or ultimately what I think you're saying is, that shows them that you're listening and that you're concerned about what they're saying because you want to give the right and accurate and a truthful response to whatever it is that they're bringing to you. All right? Mastering the art of communication and listening. It is a tool that is invaluable, and it will definitely, as a leader, set you head and shoulders above every other leader in your sphere and beyond. All right? All right, well, that's it for me, guys. Short and sweet. I appreciate it once again for you taking time out of your day to come and watch these videos and be enlightened and learn some things that can help you be a leader that people want to gravitate towards and follow. Okay? So, as always, my call to action to you is if you have any leadership development training questions, or if you feel like you need some help, please contact me. We'll sit down and put together or devise a plan that will be crucial and beneficial for your success as a leader. This also goes along with team building and diversity training. If you need any of those, please let me know. And we'll get together and we'll work something out, and we will do our very best to coach you, educate you, and enlighten you, and help you become the leader that your team grows to admire, respect, and work for and follow without question. All right? Thanks again for tuning in. Remember, great leadership equals great results. How are you leading?